Hello, my name is Aaron and this is Tutorial 3. Tutorial 3 will cover advanced concepts as object picking and the heartbeat. In this tutorial we will be making a simple application that will display a board of ferns that you can click on to make disappear. It's a simple concept and also a fun concept. We will start off by defining a couple of constants. The first constant we'll define is the field width, which is how many tiles across our field will be. We'll also define the field height, which is how high our field will be. And we'll finally define the model of the field. We'll import model, head over into our initialization, set escape key as exit, set our game mode to 2 dimensions, even though this tutorial will cover 3-dimensional aspects, and we will load the field model. Now, to start with, we want to create a nice field of ferns. And to do this, we're going to loop through an array. Now, before we get into the array, we want to start off defining where in the screen the field will sit. And the field will start at the far left of the screen, and the field will start at the top of the screen. And each tile will have a width, which is defined as follows, and each tile will have a height, which is defined as the screen size divided by the number of fields inside the width. We'll start our looping. Now you will notice that I am looping in a positive direction and using x before y. While it is more optimal to use y first and to count downwards to 0 rather than counting upwards to another number, we do notice that we are in our initialization method. And the important thing in initialization in one-time operations is that we keep things simple and easy rather than complicating things for optimization, especially at this early point. Now we have to define where in the board this tile is going to sit. In order to define it, we'll define the x position as a starting x plus the tile width multiplied by x. Similarly, the y position is a starting y plus the tile height multiplied by the y. We'll create a new block. We'll retrieve the state of the block and set its location to a new vector of x position, y position, 0. And finally, we'll add a block to the scene. We don't yet have a block, so we'll go ahead and create that now. It's a new instance. In our block, we'll call the superconstructor of the field block, and we'll also set the size. This size should be dynamic. It should be half the screen divided by the field width. Now let's save and run this engine. Run tutorial 3, and we'll see that we have a vast field of ferns. A couple of things we'll notice about the field. Firstly, we can't click on the ferns, like usual, and the ferns just sit there doing nothing. We're going to solve the first problem and allow us to click on the blocks. And we do this by defining a new object picking event. To do this, we define a new class, block selected, and we'll extend picked object event action. So this is the action to the event of the object being picked. We'll import that and add on implemented methods. So this is the action that we take when we click on any of the ferns. The action that we're going to take is we're going to set the fern to being invisible, and we're also going to stop it from being picked again. So we can't click on an invisible one. Now in order to add the ability to click on the blocks, we'll need to add a new picked object listener to the scene. And we'll create a new picked object action. And in this we pass the block class, that is the class that we want to receive the action. And finally the action that we want, block selected. And we'll run the engine and we'll see that when we click on our ferns, they now disappear. Now in order to show the three-dimensional component of the engine, even though it is technically in 2 dimensions, we can still use 3-dimensional components. And to show this, we're going to use the heartbeat method. The heartbeat method is a method that gets called on average 30 times per second from the main engine, and it synchronizes with the main engine. And we'll do a very simple one. Now in order to pan the camera, we need to get the camera, get the state of the camera, and add a rotation. Now in this case we'll just add a very simple rotation of 0.7f, 1.1f, and 0. So we'll rotate in a nice fashion. We'll save and run our engine. And we see that this is very nice. We can now click on our ferns to make them disappear, even while they're rotating in 3 dimensions. That is the end of tutorial 3. Feel free to post any comments or questions.